Chapter 10, Whispers of the Past and a New Ally. The abandoned cargo freighter, now bearing the hastily painted name, the Rogue Star, soared through the dark, uncharted reaches of space. Rex Vance and Alara Reese had managed to hotwire it from Khater's deepest bays, leaving a furious corporate security force and a baffled Commander Valerius in their wake. The ship was old, smelling faintly of synth oil and forgotten cargo, but it was sturdy, reliable, and most importantly, off the grid. "We need to get some distance from Khater," Rex grumbled, settling into the pilot's seat of the Rogue Star. The controls felt familiar, much like his old Galactic Wanderer, rough, practical, and forgiving. "Those Khater bigwigs won't appreciate us borrowing their asset, and Valerius will be even angrier." "He'll be furious," Alara confirmed, her eyes scanning the long-range sensors. "But at least we're out of the Council's immediate jurisdiction. This sector is known for its independent operators, smugglers, and a general disdain for authority. We should be relatively safe for a while." Their first priority was to contact Whisper, the Libertonian. They desperately needed to relay the information about the Shadow Keepers, Valerius's survival, and the alarming truth that the Federation's covert branch was actively hunting the Veritas fragments. After several days of cautious travel, they found a secure, isolated nebula, far from any established lanes or known Council outposts. It was here that Alara managed to establish a highly encrypted, short-range channel to the Libertonian sanctuary. Whisper's gentle mental voice resonated in their minds. "Captain Vance, Alara Reese, we felt the disruption, the tremors of conflict from Khater. Are you well? Did you retrieve the fragment?" "We're well, Whisper," Rex thought back, a grim satisfaction in his voice. "And yes, we got the fragment, but we ran into trouble. The Shadow Keepers, Valerius is alive, and their Federation, human." A ripple of profound sadness passed through Whisper's thoughts. "This is grave news. We had hoped Commander Valerius was an anomaly. His survival, and the revelation of his human affiliation, confirms our deepest fears. The corruption runs deeper than we had anticipated, even within your own species." "They're using corrupted Libertonian tech," Alara added. "It's how Valerius can track us when we activate the fragments. And they're not just trying to stop us, they're actively destroying the fragments wherever they find them." "This is a desperate act," Whisper conveyed. "They know the Veritas Protocol is a truth bomb. They seek to prevent its reassembly at all costs. Their fear is palpable, but this also means they are vulnerable. Fear often leads to recklessness." "Do you know anything about the Shadow Keepers, Whisper?" Rex asked. "Who are they really? Who's pulling their strings?" "Their origins are shrouded in secrecy even to us," Whisper replied. "They emerged shortly after our scattering, a clandestine organization that seemed to materialize from the shadows of the Federation itself. They are comprised of individuals driven by an extreme ideology of order at any cost, believing that galactic stability can only be maintained through controlled information and a unified, unquestioning authority. They view any truth that challenges this order as a dangerous chaos. We believe they are backed by a powerful, hidden faction within the Council, perhaps even within the Federation's own high command," Whisper continued. "Those who profit most from the current power structure, who would lose everything if the true history of the regulation wars and our exile were revealed." "So, what do we do now?" Alara asked. "We have the map, but the next fragment is in a heavily fortified alien trade hub. We can't just walk in, especially with Valerius hunting us." "You are correct. Direct confrontation is not always the answer," Whisper advised. "The next fragment is in a secure private collection on the planet of Xylor, within the territory of the Xylorian Collective. Their security is not as brutal as Khater's, but their intelligence network is vast. They are master negotiators, valuing information above all else. You will need assistance for this next phase, allies who understand the shadows, and we believe you have already made an impression on such an ally on Khater." Rex's mind immediately went to the Crimson Daggers. "The Mercenaries, you want us to work with them?" "They intervened when the Shadow Keepers attacked. They value independence and information. They oppose Council dominance, and they certainly would oppose anyone attempting to destroy valuable historical artifacts within their sphere of influence. Their leader, Crimson Blade, is known for her pragmatism and her loyalty to her own code." Rex mulled over the idea. Working with mercenaries, it went against his lone wolf nature, but they were in a war, and wars required allies, even unlikely ones. How do we contact them? Alara asked. They disappeared pretty quickly after the cut hair incident. They will contact you, Whisper conveyed, a hint of something akin to amusement in his thoughts. They are aware of your survival, your escape from cut hair, your confrontation with Valerius, and your daring theft of the smuggler's vessel. These actions have earned you their respect. They will reach out when the time is right. Just as Whisper's communication faded, a new signal appeared on the Rogue Star's comms. It was heavily encrypted, but its source was unmistakable. It's from cut hair, Alara confirmed, her eyes widening. An encrypted message from the Crimson Daggers. Rex took a deep breath. Patch it through, Alara. Let's see what our new allies want. The screen flickered, and the sharp, commanding face of Crimson Blade appeared, her glowing red eyes fixed on Rex. Captain Vance, you certainly know how to cause a stir, and you left quite a mess on cut hair. We retrieved what we needed, Rex retorted, his voice gruff, and you handled the trash. Seems like a fair trade. Crimson Blade's lips curled into a faint smile. Indeed, Valerius's humiliation was a bonus. My sources indicate he's alive, but quite bruised. You are resourceful, Captain, and you carry something of immense interest to my guild. The Veritas fragment, Alara stated. Among other things, Crimson Blade acknowledged. My network is vast. We know of the Veritas protocol, its true nature, and the Council's desperate attempts to suppress it. We also know of the Shadowkeepers and their clandestine operations. We have been watching them for some time. So you're interested in the truth too? Rex asked, skepticism in his voice. We are interested in information, Captain. And the Veritas Protocol is the ultimate information. It can reshape galactic power. We believe in free markets, and that includes the free flow of information, Crimson Blade replied, her gaze unwavering. Your fight against the Shadowkeepers aligns with our own goals. They seek to control information, to stifle its flow. We seek to liberate it. What's your proposal? Rex asked, cutting to the chase. An alliance, Crimson Blade stated. We will provide you with intelligence, resources, and skilled operatives for your missions to retrieve the remaining Veritas fragments. In return, we require access to the information within the retrieved fragments, not the originals, merely copies, and a percentage of any future profits that may arise from the exposure of the Council's lies. Rex grunted. A percentage of galactic truth? That's a unique payment plan. Knowledge is power, Captain, Crimson Blade's smile widened, and power can be quite profitable. Think of the legal battles, the class action lawsuits, the collapse of entire corporate empires built on false pretenses. Billions, Captain, billions. Rex looked at Alara. She nodded. It's a risky partnership, Captain, but their resources would be invaluable, and they are fiercely independent. They wouldn't betray us to the Council. We are not fools, Captain, Crimson Blade interrupted, sensing their hesitation. The Shadowkeepers are a threat to everyone, including my guild's operations. Destroying them, exposing the Council's lies, that is a primary objective for us. Our interests are aligned, for now. For now, Rex repeated, considering the terms. It was a deal with the devil, perhaps, but a pragmatic one. They needed help. All right, Crimson Blade. We'll work together. But our terms are clear. The Veritas Protocol is for truth, not just for profit, and if you betray us or try to double-cross us, you'll regret it. Agreed, Crimson Blade said, a glint in her red eyes. A contract then. We will send you precise coordinates to a secure rendezvous point. Our best infiltration specialist will meet you there. His name is Ghost. He's a master of stealth, a phantom in the shadows. He will be invaluable for your next mission on Xylor. The communication ended. Rex and Alara were left in the hum of the Rogue Star, the holographic map of Veritas fragments still glowing, but now with a new layer of complexity. They had allies, but they were mercenaries, driven by their own ruthless code. Ghost, huh? Rex mused aloud. Sounds like someone I'm going to have to keep a very close eye on. Alara sighed. This mission just got a whole lot more dangerous, and a whole lot more interesting. We're not just space truckers anymore, Captain. We're freedom fighters with a mercenary crew. Rex chuckled grimly. Looks like it, Alara, looks like it. He plotted a course for the rendezvous point. The path to truth was winding, and now it was about to lead them into the murky world of espionage and shifting alliances. The game had just begun.